Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to our session number two on 10th of October. This is our session number two, and I want to be highlighting what we will be covering here. And we have the necessary things to. Okay. So on 10th of October, so I would like to have three sessions here. Session number one, where, sorry, let me call it as video number one on the second session. So it will be on SQL fundamentals. On video number two, we'll be discussing some HTML tags of nesting, and then it will be video number three, where I would like to discuss on CSS. Okay. These are the three things what we'll be doing. And if you people have followed the instructions from session number one, like installing Node or others, we can also discuss on that one. So these are the videos which I want to record today, three different videos on session two. Video number one will be on SQL. I will be using MySQL and some of the databases here, and we'll try to go over that part. And then HTML, a continued part from yesterday, and then CSS. Okay. So this is what I want to do. So for that, I'll be creating a separate file where it will be structured query language. So I would like to highlight on this one. So structured query language, I would like to save this as a note so that people can just follow it. Structured query. All the notes will be in one file, which I'll be uploading as and when it is required. So today we'll be starting with this one. So I'll be going into my commands. So first I'll go with command Windows R, CMD, and I will be logging into my SQL. MySQL -u root -p. And I want you people to practice this, which is very important for you people to learn the fundamentals. MySQL is the software what I'm using, which is a freeware from Oracle. So the first thing which I'll be doing is I would like to record some of the calls, record some of the logins. How do you log in? If you have installed everything, so you'll be using Windows R, Windows plus R button, and then you'll be having the command CMD, and then you will log in. So MySQL -u root -p, you'll press enter. I would like to record all these things for you, and then you'll type the password. And in this case, it is root. It depends on how you have installed it. So if you want to log into MySQL software, this is the command MySQL -u. This is known as parameters. Root, this is the username -p. So anyone who has not installed it, if you need help, let me know. This is my password which I've installed. So what is next? After that, there are some commands which you will use on a regular basis. So first, always show databases. This is the command. And then you'll be using the keyword use database name. So how do you identify? So please observe the commands here. This is all dedicated for your MySQL software. Show databases. When I type in Notepad, you can see this show databases. It's a plural format. This is the command use. You have to specify anything which is in lowercase means this is the name which you will be giving. Uppercase means it is all commands. Okay. So while typing, you can type in uppercase or lowercase, show databases. This is not a case sensitive language. So we have many databases here. So I would like to have one specific database, which is world. If it is already installed, that's fine. If not, you can also take my help to do that. So this is my database which I'll be using. So the command will be example use word. So this is the command. This is my example. Okay. So this is command one. So since I have this database called world, I'll be using this one. While typing in the software, completely lowercase. Here, to understand the keyword. What is next? So you have to type show tables. All these are the commands. And then you'll be going with describe with table name, example, describe city. Right? I'm giving all the examples also. So this will be uploaded. So describe the table, example, describe this one. First, let us describe show tables. Show tables and describe city. So you can use two commands actually. One is describe. Okay. The other one which you can use is DESC. Any one of your favorite, I'll go with both sometimes. DESC is the command. So preferably try to use this command because this is used in your where condition also in future. So now what do you see on the screen? ID, name, country code, district and population. Concentrate, ignore these part today. Ignore this. Concentrate on ID and India. So remaining we will be seeing and understanding. So what are we able to understand now? So now we know how to use. So every day try to make use of an habit like this of using it. Okay. So I'll just exit this one now. I'll clear it. I will log in again. So let us exit and exit. So let me start from the beginning. So Windows R, TMD. I'll maximize it. I'll log in. MySQL minus U, root minus P, password, show databases. You need not have to do this every day. Use world and show tables if you forget it. Once you have the table list, once you have the table list on the screen, city, country, and country language. So try to describe city. DESCRIBE, city. So these are the fields what we have: ID, name, country code, district, and population. Today we will be discussing only on the select command. Today we'll be discussing majorly on the select command. Okay. Select is a command. So when it comes to SQL, it is being divided into four categories. Okay. Uh, Data manipulation language, data query language, uh, data definition language, DDL, DML, DQL, and data manipulation, data query, and transactional. DDL, DML, DQL. Yeah, probably three. If I recall that, I'll be also discussing. DDL comes with data definition language. That is the full form of it. Data definition language. DML, data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. We'll discuss all these things as and when we progress. And this is your data query language. Data query language. What is query? Query is basically question. What is query? Query is nothing but questioning, and the commands which come with data definition language are create, alter, create and alter. Data manipulation language is insert, delete, and update. Insert, update, and delete. Commands I always type in uppercase, and for data query language. So if these are all the things which will be helping you people in your interviews. Structured query language has four categories, if I'm not wrong: data definition language, manipulation language, data query language, and data control language, DCL.
And TCL also, sir.
TCL is transaction control language.
Yes, sir.
Transaction control language comes and the administration. Yes, we can also consider that one. Transaction control language. So this is our data control language. Data control language, and this is our transaction control language. Transaction control language, and for data control language, we have grant and revoke. These are the commands: grant and revoke. And transaction control language is the one which comes with, if I'm not wrong, TCL comes with commit and rollback. Okay. These are the commands. So you need not have to worry about grant, revoke, commit, and rollback as of now. So today we are going with very simple one, which is select. So these are all important for your interview perspective. So data query language has only one command, and data manipulation. We'll try to understand the syntaxes of all these things as and when we progress. Okay. Just try to memorize these things. So we are trying to go with DQL today. Okay, DQL. DQL goes very long. Okay. DQL, data query language. So first, I would like to explain you people the very basic syntax of it. Select. So there are n number of syntaxes. So you can also make use of the help document here. Help select. Okay. If I type help select, you can see that there is a huge documentation. Always use this command, help command with select. Select description, syntax. You can see select. You can see a huge list here. It will be not easy at the beginning to understand all of these things. So what we will be doing is we'll try to go with very simple syntax first, and we'll try to elaborate on that one. So every software comes with a help document in your command prompt. We should learn how to read this, but we will be doing it later as and when we progress. Okay, so I'll be going with that one. So select is the command which I'll be doing today. Uh, and majorly I'll be working on city table. City is my favorite table for practicing the select. First, we will learn select. This is the one which you people use a lot in your day in, day out when it comes to your work. Insert, delete, update, create, alter. So we will learn all these things as and when we progress. When it comes to DQL, we are trying to understand select. So first, I want to know the structure of the table where I'm working. So once again, I'll go with use world, show tables, and describe TESC, RIB, describe city. Okay. So when it comes to this table, as I was telling you people, don't worry about these things which we will be discussing as and when we progress. Concentrate on the column name, ID, name, country code, district, and population. There are 5 columns known as fields. This is the data type. Today, int is my favorite. Okay. Today we'll be working on int today. Remaining we will be discussing as and when progress, or we'll be working on this one, int and this. First, your favorite query will be this one. Select star from your table name. Example, select star from city. Okay, select. There are 5 clauses. When it comes to DQL, there are 5 clauses. There are 5 clauses. The clause names are select, from, where, order by, sorry, group by and order by. So we'll go with order by and group by. So these are all the technical terms what you should be aware of. So select, from, where, order by, and group by. There are 5 clauses for DQL. DQL stands for data query language. What is query? Query is questioning. Most of the things what you people learn in SQL is in the table format, is in the table format. Most of them, okay, or almost everything. Select from where order by group by. So where order by group by is in square bracket, is in square bracket. Why? Whenever you see square bracket, whenever you see square bracket, remember that it is optional. What is square bracket represents here is optional. Means when you write a command, two are important, like select and from. Select and from. Where order by group by, it depends on the scenario when we start working on it. It depends on the scenario when we start working on it. Today we'll make it very simple, and do remember I'm keeping it simple that this training is taught as if though everyone is very new to SQL. That is what the agenda is. Select star from city. So you can write it in multiple lines also. It all depends on how you're writing. So select star from city. You can type like this also, but you should ensure that the semicolon is given at the end so that the command is executed. So let us see the result now. Select star from city. You can write in multiple lines like this. You'll get the output. So how many columns we have, or specifically the fields ID, the name, country code, okay, country name, and then the population. So we have 4079 records. This is a sample database. This is a sample database. Describe city. So we have ID, name, country code, district, and population. Okay. So when you type select star, what is star represents? Star represents all the columns from your table. All the columns from your table. Now I want to display only two columns. You can write in multiple lines or you can write. So always try to remember these fields now. So ID name, I want to display the name, country code, and population. Okay. So how do I do it? So select the column names. So when it comes to column names, I type it in lowercase. I want to display the name, country code, and population. Name, country code, and population from the city. Wherever you see uppercase, wherever you see uppercase, this is a command followed by a column names from city. You can write it in single line or you can write it in a multiple line like this. This is also right. This is also right. Everything is right until you have the semicolon. Select from city like this. You can. Everything is right until you have the semicolon, but ensure that you have the right syntax. This is the right one. You can write in single line, you can write in multiple lines. It's all dependent on how you're writing it. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. For select name, comma, country code, comma, population from city. You can see only three. So select, what you people have to remember is select has only the ability to show you the data. Select has only the ability to show you the data which is coming from your table. For example, select name from city. Will it change the structure of the table? No, it is not changing the structure of the table. It is just displaying the column name which you want to see. I want to see select state from city. Now it's an error. Why? This is your error. What is the error? Need not have to worry about this number, error 10544S2. It is just specifying that the state, the column name which you are trying to search or display doesn't exist. Why? Because we have only these columns. So this is error. You're trying to display the column called state or a field. We don't have it. So select, you can specify the column names or you can go with star. So now the question is, you might have that question or not. So I'll show you. I want to display select ID, comma, name, comma, population, okay, comma, name, comma, ID, comma, city. City, do we have it? No, district. District, comma, ID, comma, population. Will it change the structure? No. It will just display the columns in a repetitive manner like this. Can you see that? What is happening here? It is just displaying all the columns which you have mentioned explicitly. It's still the same, 4079. Okay, you can specify any number of column names repetitively. It doesn't make any difference. It is just displaying the column names which you have entered. So the first thing which I would suggest to the people who are very beginners, try to start using select and from. As simple as that. Okay. Today, I just want to show you people how to filter them. So I'll make it simple and crispy for the training purposes so that assuming that we have beginners and we want to ensure that the people are aware of these things. So today, so we are just understanding how to log in. So the people who are beginners, try to use it and install the software which is required. If not, take my help and install it. Now I would like to have one additional clause here, select from and where. Select from and where. Okay, so I would like to have one or two examples on where conditions. So now we know what is the difference between star and specifying the column names, and you have to know the table structure so that you people are aware. Good. Let me increase the size, and now I want to display select star from city where ID is equal to 1. ID is equal to. So if you want, you can, as mentioned, you can type all these things in multiple lines, not this one. This should be in one line. Select star from city where ID is equal to 1. So what is the expected output? So select star from city where ID is equal to 1. So what do you observe? So it is displaying ID, name, country code, district and population. That is because of this star. Asterisk. Okay, I want to display the name and population. Select name, comma, population from city where ID is equal to 1. So what is the difference between the first and the second one? The first one is trying to display all the columns if ID is matched with 1. The second query is trying to display only the name and population if the ID is equal to 1. Okay, ID is equal to 1. So we'll be building more complex queries as and when we progress. So my favorite is always int. My favorite is always int, which is always representing a number for your learning purposes. Okay, select star and select name and population. Now let us try to have select name, comma, population, comma, city from city, or I want to display name, population, state from city where ID is equal to 1. What will happen in this case? What will happen in this case? Now it is throwing an error because state is a column which is not present in your list. This is an error. This is an error. Now I want to display an ID which is 12,345. Now what is happening in this case? Sorry. This is not an error. Select name, population from city where ID is equal to 12,345. So this is not an error. Then what it is? You're trying to display ID, which is 12,345. This ID doesn't exist. This is not an error. This is an empty result. There is a difference between error and the output what you're getting as an empty. This ID doesn't exist. This ID doesn't exist. So since we have population also, I want you people to go with the population here. Try with population. So with some values, whether you have that. So what all the operators you have. So let us concentrate on ID is equal to value. So I'll make it simple for you people. You have to go with column, name, and then comes operator, and then comes the value. So let us understand this part specifically and with the help of int. Okay. So this is the column name. Let me do this. This is my condition. If you come from a programming background, you know what to do. But here it's good to know. So according to this, ID is equal to 1. So in this example, ID is the column name, equals is an operator, 1 is the value. Okay, very simple. Column name, operator, and value. Now we need to know the operators for int. Operators for int. We have equals, not equals, not equals, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal. These are the operators. So these two represents not equal to. These two represents not equal to. So equal to, we have understood this one. So I want to display these values on this one. So we are going with very simple integer data, which is always numbers. Okay, with ID column, ID and population are the two columns here. Okay, I just want to display our table, select star from table. Select star from city where population is greater than or equal to 12 lakhs, 1200. Okay, these are all the tables. There are 181. Now imagine if you want to display this in a ledger. Let's assume that we don't have database, everything is stored in a book. Okay, if you want to display this, we have 4,079 cities. Okay, 4,079 cities. It's not easy for any human being to display this. So quick. We have 181. So I want to display the one which is more than 1 crore like this. Do you have any record? No. This is not an error. You're trying to check the value which is 1 crore 20 lakhs. 1 crore 20 lakhs. So let me try with the values which are less than or equal to 10,000. Do we have it? Yes, we have 42 rows. These are the cities. 33. The name is Willemstad. ANT is the country code. District is Curacao with 2,345 records. What is this displaying? It is trying to display the records where the population is less than. So what is this one? This is your column name. This is your operator and this is the value. So if you can compare this one, that is great. Column name, operator and value. Operators change. Operators will change based on your data type, which we will discuss as and when we progress. So for today, I just wanted to keep it simple with this one because I want to know from the beginners of SQL learning, people who are learning SQL as a beginner. So are you able to understand? This is equals to operator to compare exact value. There are many other operators also. There are operators like in, and or, which we will discuss as and when we progress. In, and or. We have not keyword also. Don't worry. These are the keywords. These are the operators. These are the keywords and these are the operators in and or. I would like to discuss on this one tomorrow. Okay, for now, I would like to understand how much you people have digested from the select, because we have many categories to learn, which we will do as and when we progress in this training. For today, so we learned how to log in if you have the software and some of the syntaxes. And I have explained what a square bracket represents in the syntax, which is this, which is optional. So give a try with these queries exactly the same way on the same table so that you people are on the same page when we connect tomorrow for your doubt clearing session. As mentioned, as I explained to you people, so today in session number 2, video number 1 will be SQL, just an introduction with basics, some of the things which is very important or you use it very often. And video number 2, where we will continue from session number 1 on HTML tags. Okay, so which will be after our break. I would like to give a pause on SQL part and then move on. Okay, thank you.